In a quiet room at Boston Children's Hospital, 12-year-old Tommy Jensen sat surrounded by the gentle hum of medical equipment, his eyes fixed on a tablet displaying the latest SpaceX launch. Despite the weakness that had crept into his body over months of battling an aggressive form of leukemia, his eyes still sparkled whenever a rocket pierced the sky. This was supposed to be a day of final goodbyes, a day when family and friends gathered to share their last moments with a boy who had touched so many lives with his boundless enthusiasm for space exploration and his dream of one day helping humanity reach Mars. The room was filled with loved ones, parents trying to stay strong, friends sharing memories of better days, and nurses who had become like family over the long months of treatment. Tommy had accepted his fate with a maturity beyond his years, finding comfort in watching rocket launches and reading about the latest developments in space technology. But as the family braced themselves for their heartbreaking farewell, something extraordinary happened that would transform this somber gathering into a moment of pure magic. Elon Musk, the visionary behind SpaceX and Tesla, the man whose work had inspired Tommy's dreams of space exploration, walked through the door. The atmosphere in the room instantly shifted from one of quiet resignation to electrifying disbelief. What happened next would touch the hearts of everyone present, leaving an indelible mark not just on Tommy and his family, but on Elon Musk himself. Elon Musk is one of those rare figures in the world of technology and innovation whose name evokes a sense of limitless possibility. Known for transforming the impossible into reality, he's gained a reputation as the modern world's leading innovator. Through his companies SpaceX and Tesla, Musk has revolutionized space travel and sustainable transportation, pushing the boundaries of what humanity thought possible. His journey from a young entrepreneur with ambitious dreams to a global icon of innovation has captured the imagination of millions worldwide. But beyond the headlines about rocket launches and electric cars, beyond the tweets that move markets and the ambitious plans to colonize Mars, there exists another side to Elon Musk, one that few people get to see. It's the side that emerges in quiet moments, away from the cameras and board meetings, when he connects with the young dreamers who see in him a beacon of hope for humanity's future. This is the story of one such moment, where the world's leading tech visionary stepped away from his mission to save humanity to save something equally precious, the final days of a young boy who shared his dreams of reaching for the stars. Through sheer determination and an unrelenting vision, Musk has built multiple companies that have redefined their industries. Yet it's not just his business acumen or technological innovations that have earned him a devoted following. It's his ability to inspire others to dream bigger, to see beyond current limitations, and to believe in the power of human ingenuity. For countless young people like Tommy, Musk represents more than just success. He embodies the possibility that with enough passion and determination, one person can change the world. What sets Musk apart in the tech world isn't just his ambitious goals or his track record of achieving the seemingly impossible. It's his genuine dedication to advancing human civilization, his commitment to addressing existential challenges facing humanity, and his unique way of connecting with those who share his vision for a better future. Whether it's through his company's innovations or his personal interactions, Musk has shown time and again that at the heart of his technical achievements lies a deeply human desire to make the world better for future generations. Elon Musk's journey to becoming a technological visionary began long before the world knew his name. Born in South Africa, young Elon showed an early fascination with technology and innovation, teaching himself computer programming at the age of 12. Even then, there were glimpses of the revolutionary thinker he would become. His mind constantly raced with ideas about the future, dreams that many dismissed as impossible, but which he would eventually transform into reality. In the late 1990s, when the internet was still in its infancy, Musk saw an opportunity that others had missed. He co-founded PayPal, revolutionizing how people around the world would handle money. But this was just the beginning. While most would have been content with such success, Musk's ambitions reached far beyond Earth's atmosphere. He looked to the stars and saw not just distant lights, but humanity's future. With the proceeds from PayPal's sale, Musk made a decision that many considered foolish at the time. He invested nearly everything he had into two incredibly risky ventures, an electric car company and a private space exploration firm. Tesla and SpaceX were born from this leap of faith, but their early years were far from easy. both companies teetered on the brink of failure multiple times. In 2008, Musk faced his darkest hour. Tesla was bleeding money, SpaceX had experienced multiple rocket failures, and the global financial crisis threatened to destroy everything he had built. But it was in these moments of near defeat that Musk's true character emerged. He doubled down, investing his last remaining resources, working 100-hour weeks, and refusing to accept failure as an option. His persistence paid off in ways that would reshape entire industries. SpaceX became the first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station, revolutionizing space travel with reusable rockets that seemed like science fiction just years before. Tesla transformed from a niche luxury carmaker into the world's most valuable automotive company, catalyzing the entire industry's shift toward electric vehicles. Yet these achievements, impressive as they are, only tell part of the story. What truly sets Musk apart is his ability to inspire others to dream beyond conventional limitations. His companies don't just create products, they create possibilities. Each SpaceX launch reminds us that the stars are within reach. Every Tesla on the road shows us that sustainable technology can be both practical and exciting. For young people especially, Musk represents something powerful, proof that the future they imagine in their wildest dreams can become reality. This is why his work resonates so deeply with dreamers like Tommy. In Musk's journey, they see a blueprint for turning seemingly impossible visions into reality. His story shows that setbacks, criticism, and near failures aren't endings but stepping stones. When Musk talks about colonizing Mars or transitioning the world to sustainable energy, he speaks not just as a businessman or engineer, but as someone who still maintains the wonder and optimism of youth, combined with the determination and resources to make these dreams real. Throughout his career, Musk has maintained a unique connection with his youngest followers. Whether responding to their tweets, showing up at science fairs, or offering internships to promising young innovators, he's demonstrated a particular interest in nurturing the next generation of dreamers and creators. He often speaks about the importance of inspiring young people to pursue careers in science and technology, understanding that today's young enthusiasts are tomorrow's pioneers. Behind the headlines of rocket launches and electric vehicles, Elon Musk has cultivated a lesser-known legacy, one built on quiet acts of kindness and genuine connections with his youngest admirers. While the media often focuses on his technological achievements or controversial tweets, there exists a more personal side to Musk that rarely makes the news. It's the side that emerges when he steps away from boardrooms and launch pads to spend time with young innovators who see him as their guiding light. Over the years, Musk has made numerous unpublicized visits to schools, science fairs, and hospitals. During these visits, he transforms from the tech titan who commands global attention to someone more approachable, a mentor who sits cross-legged on the floor with children, discussing their ideas about space travel and sustainable energy with the same seriousness he brings to corporate meetings. He's been known to spend hours listening to young people's dreams and ambitions, offering encouragement and sometimes even resources to help them pursue their goals. Through his Musk Foundation, he has quietly funded numerous educational initiatives, particularly in STEM fields. But it's not just about writing checks. Musk has consistently shown a personal commitment to nurturing young talent. He's created internship programs specifically designed for high school students at both SpaceX and Tesla, giving young minds unprecedented access to cutting-edge technology and innovation. These programs have transformed lives, turning wide-eyed dreamers into genuine innovators. Social media has become another avenue where Musk connects with his younger followers. Unlike many CEOs who maintain a carefully curated online presence, Musk's interactions feel genuinely personal. He's known for responding to messages from young fans, offering encouragement, and sometimes even engaging in detailed technical discussions about their ideas. This accessibility has made him more than just a distant figure of success. He's become a virtual mentor to countless young people around the world. There was the time he responded to a 12-year-old girl's letter about her idea for improving Tesla's autopilot system, not with a form letter, but with a detailed technical response and an invitation to tour the Tesla factory. Or the instance when he heard about a young boy who had designed a new type of rocket engine in his garage. Musk not only reviewed the design but had his SpaceX engineers provide detailed feedback and encouragement. These moments reveal something crucial about Musk's character: his genuine belief in the potential of young minds to shape the future. He often speaks about how children approach problems with fewer preconceptions, allowing them to imagine solutions that adults might dismiss as impossible. This respect for young innovators isn't just talk, it's reflected in how he structures his companies, encouraging a culture where age is less important than creativity and determination. At both SpaceX and Tesla, Musk has created environments where young engineers can thrive, often putting people in their early 20s in charge of critical projects. This trust in youth isn't just about giving opportunities, it's about recognizing that the future belongs to those who are young enough to imagine it without limitations. This philosophy extends beyond his companies, manifesting in his support for educational initiatives and his personal interactions with young admirers. But perhaps most telling are the moments that happen away from public view, the unplanned interactions and spontaneous acts of kindness that reveal the true nature of a person. Hospital staff across the country have shared stories of Musk making unexpected visits to sick children who dream of space travel or electric cars. These visits aren't publicized, there are no camera crews, no press releases, just Musk spending time with young people who see in him the embodiment of their hopes for the future. Tommy Jensen's fascination with space began long before his illness. His room at home had always been a testament to his passion: walls covered with SpaceX posters, shelves lined with model rockets, and a telescope perpetually pointed at the stars. Even at 12, he could explain the intricacies of rocket propulsion systems and recite the technical specifications of every SpaceX launch vehicle. His parents often joked that he spoke about Mars as if it were just another neighborhood in their hometown. When the diagnosis came, it hit the family like a meteor strike: aggressive leukemia, resistant to conventional treatments. But even as the disease began to take its toll on his young body, Tommy's spirit remained undiminished. During chemotherapy sessions, he would watch SpaceX launches on his tablet. During long nights in the hospital, he would sketch designs for Mars habitats and zero-gravity gardens. The nurses came to know him as the boy who could turn any conversation into a discussion about space colonization. As his condition worsened, Tommy's greatest fear wasn't death, it was the possibility of not being able to contribute to humanity's journey to the stars. He would tell his doctors that he needed to get better because Mr. Musk needs all the help he can get to colonize Mars. His determination touched everyone in the hospital, from the janitors who would bring him articles about the latest SpaceX developments, to the specialists who found themselves learning more about rocket science than they ever expected. The Make-A-Wish Foundation had reached out months ago, but Tommy's declining health had made any significant travel impossible. His one wish, to visit SpaceX headquarters and meet Elon Musk, seemed increasingly out of reach. As his condition deteriorated, the family began preparing for the inevitable, gathering loved ones to say their goodbyes. Yet Tommy remained focused on his passion, using his limited energy to keep up with the latest developments in space technology. The morning of what would become an extraordinary day started like any other in the hospital. Tommy was weaker than usual, his voice barely above a whisper as he watched the latest Starship development update on his tablet. His mother sat beside him, holding his hand, while his father tried to maintain composure near the window. Friends and extended family had been coming and going, sharing memories and trying to find words of comfort that seemed increasingly inadequate. A knock at the door was initially met with the tired expectation of another medical check. But when the door opened, time seemed to stop. There, in a plain black t-shirt and jeans, stood Elon Musk. For a moment, the only sound in the room was the steady beep of medical equipment and Tommy's whispered "no way." The boy who had spent months teaching nurses about rocket science was suddenly speechless, his eyes wide with disbelief. Musk's presence filled the room not with the aura of a billionaire tech mogul, but with the warmth of someone who genuinely understood what this moment meant. His first words weren't rehearsed or formal. Instead, he pointed to Tommy's tablet, still displaying the Starship update, and said with a grin, "So, what do you think about our latest modifications to the heat shield?" It was exactly the right question, breaking the tension and speaking directly to Tommy's passion. What happened next transformed the hospital room into something magical. Tommy, finding his voice, launched into a detailed analysis of the heat shield modifications he'd been studying. His previous weakness seemed to fade as he spoke with growing enthusiasm about thermal protection systems and re-entry angles. Musk didn't just listen, he engaged, his eyes lighting up as Tommy pointed out specific technical details that most adults wouldn't have noticed. The conversation flowed naturally from one topic to another, two minds united by their passion for space exploration. When Tommy mentioned his own ideas for improving the Mars habitat designs, Musk pulled up a chair, took out his phone, and started taking notes. This wasn't just courtesy, he was genuinely intrigued by the young boy's insights. "You've thought about this more thoroughly than some of our engineers," Musk remarked, causing Tommy's face to beam with pride. As their discussion deepened, Musk reached into a bag that no one had noticed he'd brought. He pulled out what appeared to be a small metal object, a piece of a Falcon 9 rocket that had actually been to space. "This flew on our last mission," he explained, placing it in Tommy's trembling hands. "But I think it belongs with someone who truly understands its significance." The room fell silent as Tommy carefully traced his fingers over the metal, tears welling in his eyes as he realized he was holding a piece of his dreams. But Musk wasn't finished. He pulled out his tablet and connected to a live feed from the SpaceX facility. "I want to show you something we haven't made public yet," he said, his voice carrying the excitement of shared discovery. For the next hour, Tommy became the first person outside of SpaceX to see the latest developments in the Mars colonization project. As Musk swiped through technical drawings and prototype designs, he treated Tommy not as a sick child, but as a fellow engineer, asking for his opinions and carefully considering his suggestions. The hospital staff, who had been discreetly watching from the doorway, were amazed by the transformation they witnessed. Tommy, who had barely had the strength to lift his head that morning, was now sitting up, gesturing animatedly as he and Musk debated the merits of different landing systems for the Mars missions. His mother, watching through tears, later said it was like seeing her son return to life, if only for a few precious hours. When Musk mentioned an innovative cooling system they were developing for the Mars habitats, Tommy's eyes lit up. He reached for his own notebook, filled with sketches and calculations he'd made during his long hospital stays. With trembling hands, he showed Musk his own design for a similar system. Musk studied the drawings intently, his expression growing increasingly impressed. "This is brilliant," he said, not with the patronizing tone of an adult humoring a child, but with genuine admiration. "Would you mind if we actually looked into implementing some of these ideas?" The conversation took an unexpected turn when Tommy shyly mentioned his worry about not being able to contribute to the Mars mission. Musk's response was immediate and firm. "You already are contributing," he said, holding up Tommy's notebook. "These ideas, this passion, this is exactly what drives human progress. The first human to walk on Mars might be using technology that you thought of right here in this room." As the afternoon light began to fade through the hospital windows, something remarkable had taken place in that small room. What was meant to be a brief visit had stretched into hours, with neither Musk nor Tommy showing any signs of wanting it to end. The impact of this meeting was visible on every face in the room, from the nurses who had never seen Tommy so energized, to his parents who were witnessing a kind of healing that no medicine could provide. Tommy's father, who had maintained his composure throughout his son's illness, finally broke down when Musk made an unexpected announcement. "I've been thinking," Musk said, pulling out his phone, "the next Starship prototype needs a name." He showed Tommy a live feed of a gleaming rocket in the SpaceX facility. "How does Starship Tommy sound?" The boy's eyes widened in disbelief as Musk continued, "And these modifications we've discussed today, they'll be part of its design. Your ideas will literally help us reach for the stars." The impact extended beyond just Tommy and his family. Word had spread through the hospital, and other young patients had gathered near the door, catching glimpses of their hero. Musk, noticing this, took time to speak with each of them briefly. But what touched the hospital staff most was how he kept returning to Tommy, continuing their detailed technical discussions as if they were colleagues working on the same project. As the visit continued, something shifted in Musk's demeanor as well. The usually intense and focused CEO seemed to soften, showing a side that few get to see. He shared personal stories about his own struggles and failures, about times when dreams seemed impossible. "You know, Tommy," he said at one point, "people told me starting a rocket company was crazy. That it couldn't be done. But here's the thing about impossible dreams, they're only impossible until someone like you comes along and makes them real." The medical staff observed something extraordinary happening. Tommy's vital signs, which had been weakening over the past weeks, showed marked improvement during the visit. His oxygen levels stabilized, his heart rate strengthened, and most notably, his pain medication requirements decreased significantly. While everyone understood this was temporary, it demonstrated the powerful connection between emotional well-being and physical health. Later that evening, as Musk prepared to leave, he did something that left the entire room in tears. He handed Tommy a SpaceX employee badge with his name on it, complete with the title Junior Mars Architecture Consultant. But it wasn't just a prop, it was real. "We'll be having weekly project meetings," Musk explained, setting up a tablet with a direct video link to the SpaceX design team. "Your insights are too valuable to lose. We need you on this mission, Tommy." As Musk finally said goodbye, the atmosphere in the room had transformed completely from the somber mood of the morning. Where there had been resignation, there was now purpose. Where there had been sadness, there was now hope. Tommy, though physically exhausted, clutched his new SpaceX badge with a determination that his parents hadn't seen in months. In the days following Musk's visit, something extraordinary began to unfold at both the hospital and SpaceX. True to his word, Musk had integrated Tommy's ideas into actual project discussions at SpaceX. Engineers would dial into Tommy's room, sharing their screens and discussing technical specifications with the young boy who had suddenly become their newest team member. For Tommy, these weren't just courtesy calls, they were his lifeline to the future he had always dreamed about. The SpaceX team, initially unsure about including a 12-year-old in their technical discussions, quickly came to value Tommy's unique perspective. His questions, unburdened by conventional thinking, often led to innovative solutions. One senior engineer later commented, "Tommy saw things differently. He didn't know what was supposed to be impossible, so he imagined possibilities we had overlooked." His suggestion for modifying the thermal regulation system in the Mars habitats was actually implemented into the next design revision. The impact on the hospital was equally profound. Other young patients, inspired by Tommy's story, began showing renewed interest in science and technology. The hospital's recreational therapy program started a junior space engineer program, with Tommy leading discussions from his bed when his strength allowed. Nurses who had once struggled to engage with discouraged patients now had a powerful story of hope to share. But perhaps the most significant change was in Tommy himself. Though his physical condition continued to decline, his spirit soared. He approached each day with renewed purpose, knowing that his ideas were contributing to humanity's greatest adventure. During his treatments, he would sketch new designs. During difficult nights, he would exchange messages with SpaceX engineers about technical challenges they were facing. Musk himself maintained regular contact, sending Tommy weekly updates about the progress on his Starship. These weren't generic messages, they were detailed technical briefings, complete with engineering diagrams and performance data. When Tommy suggested a modification to the life support systems, Musk didn't just acknowledge it, he had his team run full simulations and sent Tommy the results. The story began to spread throughout the aerospace community. Other space companies sent Tommy technical documents and prototype models. NASA astronauts made video calls to get his opinion on various aspects of space habitat design. What had started as one act of kindness had blossomed into a movement, showing how the space community could rally around one of its youngest members. In a particularly touching moment, during a SpaceX live stream of a Starship test, Musk dedicated the launch to our colleague Tommy, whose brilliant ideas are helping us reach for the stars. The camera panned to show Tommy's name printed on the rocket's hull, right next to the SpaceX logo. For Tommy, watching from his hospital room surrounded by family and medical staff, it was the culmination of a dream he never thought possible. Today, in the SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California, there's a special corner in the engineering department that holds a framed sketch, a detailed drawing of a Mars habitat cooling system, signed in the slightly shaky handwriting of a 12-year-old boy. Below it sits a plaque that reads the Tommy Jensen Innovation Center, a space dedicated to fostering young minds in aerospace engineering. It's more than just a memorial, it's a reminder that dreams know no age limit, and innovation can come from the most unexpected places. Tommy's story didn't end with his passing. His legacy lives on in the very DNA of SpaceX's Mars program. The thermal regulation system he helped design became a cornerstone of their habitat development project. Engineers still refer to it as Tommy's solution, and his approach to problem-solving has become part of the company's training program for new engineers. When asked about unconventional thinking in aerospace design, Musk often shares the story of a young boy who saw possibilities where others saw limitations. The impact rippled far beyond SpaceX. The hospital where Tommy spent his final days established the Tommy Jensen STEM program, providing tablets and educational resources to young patients interested in science and technology. Each tablet comes preloaded with space exploration software and direct links to ongoing space missions. The program has already inspired countless young patients to pursue their dreams in science and engineering, even in the face of serious illness. Elon Musk, known for his forward-looking focus, still keeps Tommy's original notebook in his office. During particularly challenging days, when a problem seems insurmountable, he's been known to open it and remind himself of the boy who refused to let any obstacle, even terminal illness, dim his passion for exploration. In a rare personal interview, Musk once shared, "Tommy taught us all something crucial about innovation, that the greatest limitations we face aren't technical, they're the ones we place on our own imagination." The Starship that bears Tommy's name has become one of the most successful in the SpaceX fleet, completing numerous missions with the thermal regulation system he helped design. Each launch serves as a testament to the power of dreams and the importance of nurturing young minds, regardless of circumstances. The mission control team has maintained a tradition of saying "for Tommy" before each launch, a reminder that every journey to the stars carries with it the dreams of those who dare to imagine. Perhaps the most profound legacy of Tommy's story is how it changed the way the aerospace industry views young innovators. SpaceX established the Tommy Jensen Fellowship, providing opportunities for young people facing serious illnesses to contribute to space exploration projects. Other companies followed suit, creating similar programs that ensure no brilliant young mind is left behind, regardless of their circumstances. Tommy's story reminds us that true innovation knows no bounds, not of age, not of circumstance, and certainly not of physical limitation. His brief time on Earth left an indelible mark on the future of space exploration, not just through his technical contributions, but through the spirit of possibility he embodied. As humanity continues its journey to the stars, we carry with us the legacy of a young boy who showed us that the greatest exploration isn't just of space, but of the limitless potential that lies within the human spirit. In the end, this isn't just a story about a dying boy's wish or a billionaire's act of kindness. It's a testament to the power of human connection, the importance of nurturing dreams, and the profound impact one person can have when they refuse to let their circumstances define their potential. As Musk often says now during SpaceX presentations, we're not just building rockets, we're building bridges to the dreams of every child who ever looked up at the stars and dared to imagine themselves among them.